Seems to have stopped.
It's a Murley Inn, you're the place to be. Analyze the players in the team. Keep a great company in the stream.
It's a Murley Inn. Welcome to the show. We're here when you're high. We're here when you're low. Some days you're happy, some days you wanna when happy. It's we when man, it's them. It's the same place, Murley Inn. Sri Lanka cricket, we gon' represent. So tell a friend.
Welcome to Murley End. My name's Mark Machado. I'm not joined by any of the other kind of regular Murley End cast members. Nero, DJ, and I want to call you philanthropist as well after the last few days. Has joined me. This is a kind of emergency Murley End podcast, a very emergency show, because we've been quite busy the last few days trying to put together a fundraiser for the survivors of the cyclone that hit Sri Lanka over the weekend. If you listen to the show regularly, you know I'm based in London. I come over to Colombo a lot. Obviously, I'm not just a cricket fan because we have the best looking cricketers and we play the most exciting cricket. I'm a Sri Lanka fan because my family is from there. I'm from there. I know occasionally that gets brought up in the comments, but I am part Sri Lankan. Nero's a London-based DJ, another British Sri Lankan person as well, who's been following the podcast for quite a while now. We've, follow each other on Instagram, be messaging about various different things. You were in Colombo recently, right? You got back, was it a couple of weeks ago?
I got back around 2 weeks ago, and I'm really missing it loads, to be honest.
Yeah. I'm going back next week. I'm really excited about it. And I've been telling you about it all week. Anyway, we got chatting again. No, not chatting again. We were on Sunday, basically, you messaged me saying we got to do something. When we did our, the last Murley End we did was on Saturday after the show. I said we will do something. At that point, I kind of wasn't sure what we would do. There were many different things up in the air. I got back to you late on Sunday. We got in a call on Monday morning. And we've put together what is now called the Mutton Roll Daytimer. Nero, do you want to tell us a little bit about what the Mutton Roll Daytimer is?
So the Mutton Roll Daytimer is a coming together of diaspora, musicians and artists this Sunday. And it's going to be at a venue called the Big Chill Bar in King's Cross. And it features people from across the diaspora here in the UK. So we have people from, Sinhala backgrounds, Tamil backgrounds, male, female. There's queer representation as well. It's a full coalition of British-based and I can't be sure, but a lot of British-born Sri Lankans who came together literally in the last 2 days. It's been going at breakneck speed, this thing, and obviously we don't know how it's going to look until we get there. But yeah, it's been beautiful actually, because we're all going to. So many of them know each other from other parts of the different music and art scenes here in London. I believe we've got one person coming out from Manchester as well. But for me, I'm going to be meeting a lot of people for the first time. And I'm just really, really happy to be working on this and helping to convene it and then curate the event itself. So yeah, it's definitely messed with my sleep patterns and my eating patterns as well. Because you kind of go to bed thinking about it and you wake up thinking about it. And then when you go online, you see exactly why it is that you're doing it. And, I've been in touch with people on the ground over there, as I'm sure many people who are watching in have been as well. And that reminds us why we're doing it. And I think it's going to be the beginning of something. This isn't going to be a one-off. So the Mutton Roll Collective, watch this space.
Yeah, let's just talk a little bit about how you can get involved. Firstly, one of the things that I've struggled with over the last few years that I know other Sri Lankans in the UK struggle with is actually getting money to Colombo from the UK
Yeah.
is kind of semi-difficult. It's got easier now because there's Ways and Remitly and there's loads of other ways to transfer money across. When in times of crisis, and sadly, if you're Sri Lankan, we've had a lot of crises over the last few years, it could be particularly difficult to kind of find places to donate and actually get money to people, particularly if it could be an event like this, or a situation like we've got this time around, where the crisis isn't in some cases quite remote places, right? They're difficult for Sri Lankans in Sri Lanka to get to. At times, right? So because of that, we did quite a fair bit of work, I thought, actually looking at how we can get money, because PayPal not working in Sri Lanka is a huge thing. I know. I remember thinking when the economy collapsed, when the government was collapsing, that actually getting PayPal to function in Sri Lanka would be massive in terms of just trying to get there quickly, because it's used basically everywhere else in the world quite frequently. It means that, and also one of the charities that's collecting money in SL at this moment in time are registered in the UK, which means that, and there's no reason they should be, but there is a practical reason, a practical issue with that, because it then means that the ways which we normally donate, or people in the UK can normally donate money, and the websites that are available for that we couldn't get access to. So we set this event up. There's a ticket page, which I put the link. There's links in the description. There's links in the live chat if you're watching live. You can buy a ticket there. You can donate as well. I do want to stress, though, if you are from another part of the world, so if you're going to if you watch this and you want to donate, it is inefficient if you're not got a British bank account, if you don't have pounds to buy it with, because you're going to lose money on the fees. We're going to lose, and ultimately, say if you give us £10, that's kind of end up getting sliced by the time it gets back to.
It's going to,
a lot of the people doing work of the grants and the people we intend to give the money to aren't set up as charities in SL as well. So it's kind of a semi-formal process. It's not like a kind of regular charity give for people who might donate regularly. So I think one of the things we definitely want to stress is do not donate to our cause or through our pages if you don't. Sorry, I think I accidentally muted myself. If you're,
you got on mute again. Still mute. Can't hear you.
Am I back now?
You're back. You're back.
Sorry,
you're back.
I punched something accidentally. So if you're from the UK and you want to come down to the event, please do come down to the event Sunday. Get a ticket. Come down. We'll also be selling mutton rolls. We're trying to work out how we're going to get them there and so on. Nero, do you want to talk a little bit about the people that we're going to be giving the money to?
Yeah. So just to finish up on your point, actually, about those watching in that are not in the UK. So first of all, like if you're in Sri Lanka and you feel compelled to, make a donation or something, obviously don't do it through our thing. My suggestion to you would be either to go and donate directly to the two charities that I'm about to mention, or go and get online and find out what's going on in your community or what's going on close to your community. There are some amazing mutual aid groups out there. I mean, like Mark, like when I was in Sri Lanka a few weeks ago, I remember we were having a chat. I was walking down Gaul Face, and I said something to you. I said, we were talking about the differences between being here, like living in and being brought up here and in this culture and the culture in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is a can-do culture. I think my example was like, you go to a restaurant or even a small place in England and you say, oh, can I have that? But can you do it with this and that and kind of change this around? They'd be like, No, you just get what's on the menu. Whereas if you go to Sri Lanka and you say the same thing, people are generally like, yeah, we can do that. And it is such a characteristic of the culture in Sri Lanka that we're a can-do culture. And that, I think, is evident in the way that people on the ground in their own communities are organizing and supporting those who are in need, who are less fortunate than they are. So I would 100% urge you, if you're in Sri Lanka and if you have the time to do it, like, and the thing is, even if you go and help in a small way, right? It's not about, don't feel like you have to kind of, act beyond your capacity. That's not what it's about. Even if you can help in a small way, that is going to go such a long way for the people that need it. So by all means, tap into things online, get out there, go and have a look at what's going on. Where can you get to? Go and help those groups and go and muck in. And, you're going to make new friends as well. You're going to learn something new from people. I always think that whenever you meet someone new, you're always going to learn something that you never knew from them. So I think it's just such a fantastic opportunity and also the right thing to do. When I come back to your question about the charities, so again, with the two charities, you can go on to, so one of them is called Palmera Project. So Palmera is spelt Palmera, projects, plural. And then there's Sambol Foundation, Sambol Foundation. I know that because obviously Palmera and Sambol can sometimes be spelt differently. So Palmera Projects are doing a lot of work in the north of the island and in the kind of center of the island. So you're talking about anywhere from the far north all the way down to places like Badulla. And currently they're going to affected communities and, for instance, kitting them out with tarpaulins, temporary roofing, rice parcels, food parcels. They're doing a lot of going into communities and handing out food, helping rebuild things. There's so much going on. I mean, to be honest, you're much better off getting on Instagram or going on the internet. Palmera Projects, go and have a look at them. They're fantastic. I've been following them for a couple of years actually, and it's amazing. And they center the community also in their kind of output online. So you hear from people over there, and you hear from the people who are affected about the differences that they're making in the community. So 100% Palmera Projects online. If you go there, they've actually got a cyclone relief page. So if you're not in England, obviously don't try and contribute through our thing. Wherever you are in the world, you can go and you can contribute in whatever the currency is as well. I believe there's a drop down menu where you can change it from, rupees to Australian dollars to US dollars to GBP,
dollars. Yeah,
all of that. And then the other charity, Sambol Foundation, now they are supporting women and children that have been affected by gender-based violence and trafficking. Now, if you are a survivor of gender-based violence, if you're a survivor of trafficking, if the worst natural disaster in a generation hits your country, you guys are at so much more threat in that situation than most other people on the island. If you're in that group, you are under more danger than ever before. And in that way, it's important that, we try to support that movement and to help Sambol Foundation with the really, really important and vital work that they're doing. So those are the two charities. Again, I can't stress enough, get online. You can go on Instagram. If you don't use Instagram, you can go and find them just through the internet on your web browser. I'm not on Facebook, so I can't really comment on whether they are on there, but I imagine they probably are because it's in Sri Lanka, and I know in Sri Lanka Facebook is still a massive thing. So yeah, Sambol Foundation doing amazing work on the ground. Devika is the founder and the leader of Sambol Foundation, and her and her colleagues are 24/7 absolutely smashing it. So please, by all means, go and check these guys out. And if you're not in the UK and therefore can't donate, support our little thing on Sunday, get online and go and support them directly. Share the word, share what they're doing. If you're on Instagram, if you're in different social media, share what they've got. People need to know that this is happening.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a few messages before we wrap this up for today, just to kind of the key takeaways you want from this. Sorry if you're frustrated because you thought we'd be talking about cricket. Sadly,
we can talk about cricket.
We'd love to talk about cricket, but this week we've got something slightly more important that we need to look after.
Absolutely.
Sadly. Key takeaways. Please help spread. Please help supporting it whichever way you can, and not just through the charities that we've picked. Whatever local projects are going on. I know there's loads of people who've got loads of local things going on in Sri Lanka at the moment, and I know there'll be loads of events going on, but being held by the Sri Lanka diaspora around the world. And anything we can do to support those and get the word out about that, we definitely want to do. And message me. And if you want us to put it up on the Murali End socials, we'll definitely do that. So yeah, keep doing that. If you're in and around London, please do come to the event on Sunday. If you want to donate and you have a British bank account, you want to buy a ticket, that's great. However, I will not. We want to encourage you to donate in the most financially efficient ways possible. We have to use Eventbrite. We have to use money transfer. So that it's not the best way to get your money to Sri Lanka. This isn't about me. This isn't about the party that we're having. This is about trying to get as much resource to the people who need it the most. The kind of third part of it is, I suppose, just keep talking about it, keep raising awareness. If you're sitting there and you're saying, what can I do? Retweeting us talking about it, or putting a message up going, have you heard about this event? Have you heard about the great work that people are doing? Like, my Instagram, my not my Facebook, because I don't go on it. It might be, but my all the social media accounts I'm on is just full of Sri Lankans keeping saying, come to Sri Lanka, it's fine. There's no problem. Like, we have some problems here at the moment, but we're going to deal with them. You'll be safe to come here on holiday. Keep highlighting the work that great charities and projects are doing. That's super important for us right now as well. And I always come on to this show, and whenever Sri Lanka, as in the cricket team, have lost, I always say I never lose hope. I never lose hope because we're such resilient people.
Absolutely.
Like, we'll come together. We will get through this because we always get through everything, right? Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Go and be as helpful and do whatever you can, please, to get through this situation. And Murali End will be back next week talking about cricket. I promise you that. See you all later. Bye.
Fantastic. Ciao, ciao.
It's a Murali End, you're in a place to be. Analyze the players and the team. Keep a great company in the stream.
It's a Murali End. Welcome to the show. We're here when you're high. We're here when you're low. Some days you're happy, some days you wanna when happy it's we when man it's them. It's the same place, Murali End. Sri Lanka cricket we gon' represent. So tell a friend.